Hi guys, how you doing? This is Mitch here from Mitch's Citywalks and the Occasional Cruise. So today I want to review my first cruise ever on the MSC Seascape. And so my wife, you'll see her in the video here too, but she is not into videos and things of that nature. So I do these videos mostly by myself with some pictures of her throughout the video, just so you guys can understand the format here. So I see a lot of videos on here about different cruises and stuff like that, usually done by these veterans, people who have, been on 10, 12, 30, 40, 50 cruises, So my perspective is a little bit different because I'm a newbie at this whole thing. So I'm a little bit, shall we say, naive about the whole process, but I still want to tell you my opinion and what I enjoyed about the cruise for me. So first things first, when I booked this cruise, my wife found everything for us. She booked everything. She did all the work. What I was looking for was relaxation and escape, right? Because we all have hard jobs. We all want that escape from reality for a while. Basically, someone to take care of us for a couple days, right? That's what I was looking for. So that's my first thing, was to relax and escape from reality. So the first thing is I want you to know, I've been around the world. I've been in the Philippines for many years. I lived there as a kid, so been over there, Far East Asia, been through some parts of Europe, of course, too, as well. My wife is from Eastern Europe, so I already have a kind of a feel of what the world looks like and feels like and sounds like. So with that, I want to tell you that the MSC cruise, when I got on board, it's very diverse. My gosh, I met people from Italy. I came with my friend and I from Belgium. I met a nice guy from Belgium, really cool guy. We talked for a while. I liked him a lot, actually. And then people from all over the world. You hear a lot of languages on the ship, so it's really cool. Check-in was interesting. You had to use you get a little card they give you, and you check in with that card. It's the card to get in and off the boat. It's also the card that gets you into your room as well. So it's kind of a way to keep track of you. Also, too, when you check in with your card, you also got to log into one of your credit cards into the system, which makes sense to me. So I had no problem with that at all. I know some folks thought that was weird, but I don't know. I've had a business for many years too. So if you're a business like MSC, you want to make sure you get your funds back, right? So what better way to do that than have people check in with their card as well, right? The elevators are very interesting. The elevators are, in America, you go into an elevator, you press the button, you go inside the elevator, you press another button, right? These elevators had you just press the outside. Like, say, I'm on floor 8. I want to go to the 14th deck. So on the outside of the elevator are the numbers. You press number 14, it opens up, you go inside, that's all you do. You don't press anything inside. That took a couple minutes to get used to because it's kind of a smart way to do an elevator, You press on the outside once and you're done. Wi-Fi packages. Yes, you have to get a Wi-Fi package if you want to be on your phone. I did not get a Wi-Fi package on purpose because, remember, I wanted relaxation and to escape. I'm not a VIP kind of guy, so I knew nobody would need me for 8 days, so I took myself off the Wi-Fi package. I saved money, but really, for that, it wasn't about the money. It's just about being able to escape. I didn't want to be one of these phone people all day long on their phones on their ship. I'm there to escape and relax, right? The packages were affordable. We got a friend of ours told us that we should get a balcony, which I had no idea, why, right? Until I got the balcony suite, right? So we got the balcony suite, and it opens up right to the ocean. It was just beautiful, and I'm so glad she told us this, because I looked on some of the lower floors. They're like inside cabins, and so there's nothing. It's just a room, and usually I don't care about that, but on a ship, they're saving space, of course, right? They want to get as many passengers as they can. So the rooms are kind of small. It almost felt a little claustrophobic. Now, again, I'm not one to complain very much. I'm a really easygoing guy, but I would have had a hard time sleeping in those little room there in the ship, and in the lower floors with no air, with no view of nothing. It just would have been tougher for me to do that. So I am so glad I got the balcony. So if you guys get it, I just recommend, as a first-time person, to get a balcony. Again, I'm no pro, I'm no veteran of cruising, but I'm just saying, for my opinion only, I would say you should get a balcony. The ship, the aesthetics were beautiful. It was like a little city. You had a barbershop in there, massage in there. You had things for your hair. If you have hair, I don't. So if you have hair, It's a great place to go. They had a nice gym in there, almost a full-size gym in there. Many pools, many hot tubs, dancing all the time, you know. Speaking of dancing and entertainment, so it's interesting. They had, the first night we went to this, went to a show, a lot of singing, you know, and dancing and acrobatics and stuff like that, you know. And we went to the second show the next night, right? And I thought, it's a different show, but the actors look familiar to me, right? And by the time the third show came around, I realized they're the same people doing different shows, different plays, right? It was just interesting. What the veterans complain about, you know, it's the same people doing different shows. And I understand that. I get that. They're veterans. I get that. But for me, though, I was looking at it from the talent point of view because I've done plays before. I've done theater before. I've taken like 4 months to study one role, you know, get this role down pat, right? These guys, these actors and actresses were doing 6 shows in 8 days. Each show was different. They had different roles to play and different things. I was just amazed by their talent for that. So I loved it. I thought the theater was really great on there. You know, I like theater, I like art, you know, so I was really impressed by that. My wife was too. We both just really were just like really impressed by the whole deal, you know. I hear complaints about the food from MSC Seascape, but I guess I'm different, you guys. You know, I like the food. I have a thing for, I like Far East Asian food. I like Eastern European food. I like American food. I mean, I like all sorts of food, you know, and I didn't find those complaints I hear about on this cruise. I mean, for me, I guess it was different, you know. I had no complaints. I thought the food was really great. We went to the Green Wave restaurant. That was our 5:15 every day restaurant we went to for dinner. But the buffet was great too. The buffet was an expansive Mediterranean food and Mexican food, and they had all sorts of food there, you know. So I just didn't understand the complaints about the food. And maybe because I'm a simple kind of guy, you know. I'm not some, you know, food connoisseur. I got to sniff the wine and make sure the food's done right. I'm not that kind of guy, you know. I'm a very laid back kind of guy. So for me, the food was great. I had no complaints at all. And my wife, who is very picky about food, liked her food too. So I knew it was okay for us because she enjoyed the food as well. So in that part, maybe because I'm a newbie, I didn't agree with people saying the MSC food was not good. I thought it was good. You know, that's just my deal. That's my personal opinion, you know. I do want to say one thing too, the excursions. Now, they offer you these excursions when you get to a port, say Puerto Rico. They offer you this excursion, you know, some pricey thing to go do on the bus first, and the bus takes you wherever, you know. The bus will take you to wherever you want to go on these excursions. Now, you buy the excursion on the boat, and then you get on the bus, whatever, and they charge you for this excursion. My wife and I are walkers. We like to walk a lot. So what we did, we just found out where the excursions were going, and we walked there. So yeah, the bus would get there before us, but we would get there maybe 20 minutes later by walking. And so when you walk in a city at a port, you really get a feel for the city, right? I just don't think you get the same feel on a bus. Now, some folks can't walk. I get that. That's fine. Some people are on wheelchairs in the boat. I get that. But for my wife and I, we save money too, of course, that way. We got exercise into it because when you're eating on the boat all day long, you're not exercising at all. You're gaining weight, right? So we walked 15 miles in Puerto Rico alone that one day. So pack your water, pack some patience, and just relax, enjoy the walk. That's what we did, you know? And so we walked everywhere the excursion was at, a bus went to. We got there ourselves eventually by walking. And we got a lot of pictures that way too, because we were there in the city, you know? I mean, we got a ton of pictures, right? Because walking the city, you know, met some of the locals, met people there, not from the cruise, people who actually live there. So that was kind of cool too. So if you can't walk far, you know, if you got some kind of physical limitation, sure, do the excursion bus, no problem at all. But if you don't have any of those kind of limitations, just find out where the excursion is going, right? The tourist area, and walk there. That's what we did. And it was fantastic. I'm going to say I've never been a waiter. I've never been someone who waits on somebody else ever in my life. But I've always had an understanding, an innate understanding that they work hard. Because Not everybody is like me. Yeah? I'm probably a waiter's dream because I don't complain about stuff. I just sit there and I talk. I'm very friendly, I'm very open to people, and I understand they're working hard to make sure I'm happy, it's just very nice, because it's a nice thing for one human, whether paid or not, to take care of another human being. And so in that, I want to say to you, the staff on board were amazing. The person who took care of our room, he hit that room at least twice, sometimes 3 times a day. And it was always nice, it was always nice. And he was always nice, and then the other staff too, whether I went to the massage area for my wife or whether I went to the gym, if I got lost, whatever, every single person without a doubt who worked on that ship was friendly and helpful. Yes, they're getting paid, I get that. Maybe they've been told to be that way, I get that too, but whatever it is, the ending effect is this. At the end of the day, it made you as a passenger feel very welcome and warm on that ship. They made you feel that way because of how they took care of you and how they responded to you, right? Now, in your package, you're going to have, in your billing, you're going to have this built-in gratuity. It's already built into the package, So it's nothing you can escape, right? If you don't want to tip, too bad. Tips are built into the bill. But by the third day, this guy who was taking care of our room, he was doing such an excellent job. Very friendly, very nice. I started to tip him out of my own money too. I tipped him as well a few times, because I wanted to show my appreciation also. Now again, I'm not a veteran. Maybe the vets don't do this who cruise a lot. I get that, but I think that for me at least, when it comes to people serving you, I really want to show that appreciation if they do a good job, and they did. And so a lot of the vets on here who talk about the shipping vets, first of all, I'm a vet. I'm a military vet. I did serve my country, but I mean the veterans who cruise a lot. I'm talking about the cruising veterans, experienced people, right? They might not do that. And I understand, that's fine. That's cool. I get that, But all I can say is for me, though, I made sure I did extra tipping for the people because I really just appreciated the fact that they were there for me, really, and everybody else, right? It's such a strange world for me to be in because at my job, I serve others. That's what I do, in a different capacity, of course. But on the ship, though, I was being served, and that's nice to be treated that way or taken care of that way. It was wonderful. And I want to tell you, for my wife and I enjoy being with my wife. I'm going on 9 years now, and I really like to be with my wife. So the opportunities to be alone in nice romantic places like the beaches, and just our room sometimes too on the balcony, eating dinner together. A couple nights she got dressed up really nice, it was just nice to be in that environment with her. So if you like your spouse or your partner, this is the place to go for that, right? It's really nice, And so that's just my experience, you guys. Again, I'm not experienced a cruiser person. I'm not. And, take my advice or not. It's up to you. My review or not. It's up to you. But I just wanted to share my experience with the MSC Seascape. I was on the first voyage from Florida to the Bahamas, Dominican Republic, and also Puerto Rico. So I was on the first voyage from Florida. And for me, it was a really great time, and I really enjoyed myself. So I hope you do the same. If you have any questions for me as a newbie, let me know. I can help. Hopefully I can answer your questions for you. But it was a great escape for me. So my wife also enjoyed it too. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. All right, you have a good day and take care. Bye-bye.